Where is the belfry? In that moment, gentle days end. I always awaken very abruptly. I don't even think I dream. Suddenly find myself walking to school. My headache worsens day by day until it finally buzzes in my head like an alarm. That day, in potent numbness, I wake up twice as fast as normal. I walk to the schoolyard. It's a clear and cloudless 7:30 a.m. But what season is it? When I try to recall what season it is, I start to get so dizzy I almost pass out. You're not allowed to, to know that. I may wind up back in bed if I let go and faint. For some time, I've been embracing a rush of useless information. The normal stuff you see at a school, like the hustle and bustle of my classmates by the entrance. Hasn't changed. Hasn't changed. When I push the thought, my field of vision fizzles. Today, there's a crowd of students milling in front of the school gate, and more being directed that way. As to what's going on, there's a boy in a black uniform in front of the school gate. He's my friend, as I recall. He's Issei Ryudo, as I recall. I remember this from the first time. When Issei notices me looking at him, he pushes through the crowd. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council was trickling. He wants to do a spiel as if this was the first time he'd ever disclosed the information. I already know I know it. I already know this. I know it. I already know what happens. It's happened more than once. I'm seized by a headache. I'm so logged out. I'm so dizzy I feel like I'm being forcibly logged out of my consciousness. Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. First, let me check your student ID. I shouldn't need to remind you, but it should be on you at all times. My login ID is being checked. It's so obvious now. I answer clearly to the question that usually makes my head go dizzy. The femme fatale. And I'll go with... Not ski. No, Natsumi. Natsumi. Well, if you would let me... Oh, there we go. Natsumi... Um... Well, I don't know the canon name, so you know, I'm just going with what. I mean, does it really matter if I use the canon name? Like, does anything change, or is it just? I'll change it to Hakuno if it's actually a big deal, but. Alright. Uh. Uh. uh hmm. Gender doesn't matter if you have archer, though. Interesting. Oh, oh. Oh. I see. Um. Mm, not me. That'll do. Nickname. Um. Nat-Cho Cheese. Yeah, I'll do. Great. There's no telling when when an emergency might occur, and it'll be a help if you have your idea. I feel nauseous, and I know it has nothing to do with what I ate for breakfast this morning. I feel nauseous because of the world around me. I was going to do a serious name, but then you said that that didn't matter. So, you know, it's repeating itself over and over, and that's making me sick. Now for the uniform inspection. Collar, check. Pant hems, check. Why are you looking at a girl's pant hems? Huh? You pervert, you say? And your socks, check. I want him to get out of my way. I want this repetition to stop. I push him aside and go forward. I'm not nice about it either. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box. Not even a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Sukumihara Academy student. Hey, program, you say? No one's there. He keeps on talking loudly even though he's facing no one. I have a headache. I'm shivering. I know one thing for sure. This is wrong. This is not the school I know. It can't be. I have to go. I have to hurry and wake up, or else it'll be too late. But who am I awakening for? You're awakening these nuts in your mouth. I don't know. My anxiety and headaches are only getting worse. Afternoon arrives, so I desperately try to find a way to escape this bizarre situation. As is now the norm, my vision is overlaid with some kind of unnatural distortion. Uneasiness, futility, emptiness. I want someone to explain to me the true nature behind all of these feelings. There must be a key somewhere. Something that will have the answers to all of my questions. Oh. Damn, I look good, fam. I assume all the dialogue's the same. I forget, where was the... I think it was on the first floor, right? Student Council President Issei is in Class C, but he's not here now. He must be busy. I don't know anyone else here. Should probably leave. Oh, I can search these lockers. This is the shared locker for the classroom's use. It has stationery and supplies, buried under a treasure trove of Miss Fujimura's junk. I don't know why Taiga's junk is in here, but hey, you know, she misplaced her privates. That's on her, I guess. Okay, I'm going to assume the bizarre visual static. This is an announcement to many students. The preliminaries will end shortly. Once you've learned everything, head home. Or you may never get to do so again. Let's go in the boys' bathroom. The boys' bathroom. I don't have the guts to walk in. Huh. Okay. You know what? I want to check something. I want to see... Damn. Okay, so... Alice isn't showing up. Interesting. Oh, we're seeing NPC-kun. Okay. The moment I step foot on the first floor, my feelings of unease intensify. There's a student wearing a red uniform. Leo, the new transfer student. The instant I lay my eyes on him, I immediately feel intimidated and humiliated. There's also someone trailing behind him. It looks like one of my classmates. The more I think, the more I realize that Leo isn't the only anomaly I've come across while on campus. There are other things that seem off as well. Yeah, a little bit. It's becoming clearer now. There are people who shouldn't exist. That's mean. You shouldn't say that someone shouldn't exist. Students that mysteriously vanish. The fabric of reality is coming unraveled. Don't turn away now. What is the truth? Don't turn away now. What defines the world you know? Don't turn away now. There's a reason why you're here. Come. Do not allow yourself to close your eyes to the truth. Nah, I'm pretty average, I would say. Especially since whenever I try to do anything, I kill my voice. I have thought about getting vocal training though. Just for, so that doesn't happen, but... When I tried to open the door, a sudden burst of distortion ripped through me. It felt like my body was going to be torn apart. And attempting to go any farther would be suicidal. I should turn around. Well, I should say, whenever I try and do anything, like, deep, it kills my voice. I am embarrassingly good at doing higher voices without killing my voice, which really isn't a good... Well, I guess it's good. I don't know. Leo and one of the guys from my class are talking in the hallway up ahead. The attention to detail is quite impressive. Even the surrounding air is surprisingly substantial. If that is the case, this world is in some ways more real than the real world it represents. Oh, that's why he said you guys. Because Hakuno was following NPC-kun the entire time. But NPC-kun doesn't notice. You guys? For a moment, it feels as if he's including me in his comment. However, Leo begins speaking to my classmate, seemingly oblivious to my presence. Greetings. I believe this is the first time we've had an actual conversation. Leo gives me a smile with no hostility. However, I have the suspicion that there is something malicious behind his smile. And something that NPC-kun doesn't notice, huh? Attending school wasn't half bad. I've never had the opportunity to go to one before now. In that respect, this has been quite an interesting experience. However, the time for fun has come to an end. I did not come here to play at being a student. No matter how enjoyable the detour, eventually one must return to their appointed path. And for me, the time to do so has arrived. With those final words, Leo turns his back on me. Farewell. Oh, farewell? No, that's not quite right. I don't think farewell would be accurate in this situation. For reasons I cannot explain, I have the distinct feeling that we'll see each other again. So I guess I should use the more congenial "see you later." Well, it's time for me to move on. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, my back. Leo said as much, and going so far as to look in my direction. For some inexplicable reason, I'm not surprised that Leo knew I was spying on him. I'm trying to get things straightened out in my mind when Leo suddenly disappears. The student who's following him also disappears after touching the same spot on the wall. At the same moment he vanishes, my vision distorts and the shock threatens to overwhelm me. What is going on here? I wonder if this place is the source of my unease. Like him, I place my hand on the wall expecting to be drawn in. I see now that the way to the truth, to why I have these feelings, begins right here. The atmosphere changes. There's a doorway, an entrance, where the concrete wall used to be. It's not something of this world. There's no doubt this door leads to someplace unfathomable. I bid farewell to the false world and take my first step toward the truth. And reconciliation? Halo level? No? An entrance to another world. Beyond the store, the previous statement perfectly describes the view before me. Walking behind me is my strange, silent attendant. It is to be my sword and shield for what lies ahead. A disembodied voice suddenly confirms my thoughts. Although I have yet to learn anything, I need to do something besides stand here. Well, you know, the hands on that thing kind of look like good, dildos, but, yeah. At the very least, there might be some clues to this bizarre experience up ahead. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only the strange doll's protection. Okay. Bye. Damn. What them hands do, huh? What them hands do? Okay. Oh, I can actually turn my camera now. That's nice. I feel like I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 1 with how I have to turn using the bumpers. I'm glad they fixed that in the final mix release for PS3 and PS4, because that was annoying as shit. Like, just let me use my damn right stick. The right stick literally just went up and down in your menu. Like, that's all it was for. Why? Why Square Enix? Or at the time Square Soft? Nah, I know, Tippo. I was talking about Kingdom Hearts 1 back in the day, not this. Like the OG Kingdom Hearts 1, literally, you own the right stick was only for going up and down in your menu. That's it. No longer a typical school campus. The floors and walls, the air, even the aura are slightly off. It wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out from the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Oh, a dungeon crawler RPG, huh? Welcome, potential master. This is definitely very Persona-ish then. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the empty sky above. Oh, okay, obligatory Tokyo Ghoul reference. I see how it is. Oh, I guess that button brings up the... Oh, okay. Empty skies above. If you didn't watch a Tokyo Ghoul anime, you won't get that. Okay. If you're looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now please step forward. Okay. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Oh. Inside of it's a farewell present of sorts for those about to face the coming trial. Touch it to open it. That makes sense. An ether shard. Okay. Before you is an enemy program. It is programmed to attack on sight. Touching it will initiate a battle. But you won't actually fight as you're too fragile. The effigy given to you will fight in your stead. If your effigy is ever destroyed in battle, you will no longer be shielded from harm. To put it bluntly, you'll die. So be very careful in battle. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Well, it doesn't need to be no need to be afraid. For now, just do what I say and you'll be perfectly safe for the time being. That's not very comforting. First off, why don't I explain a little bit about battles? First of all, there are 3 basic commands that you can issue in battle: attack, guard, and break. Each turn in battle is composed of 6 actions, and you'll need to tell your effigy what your strategy is to be. Okay. Battles are divided into turns, with 6 commands being issued each turn. Once confirmed, they will be executed all at once. The enemy before you should be quite easy to defeat, as it will only perform break. Break, which is focused solely on power, shouldn't be much of a problem against attack. Now, use the attack command to destroy the program. Use the directional buttons to choose command and press. Okay, got it. Yeah. Fine, I will. If I have to. Alright. I hope it turns into a girl soon, because staring at this thing is freaking me out. Okay, beat this motherfucker. Has 1 HP. This is some bullshit. Oh. So, how'd it go? One thing to know is that in each turn, you'll have to plan a series of 6 moves that will defeat your foe. The goal is still far ahead. If you must bask in the afterglow of your victory, do so while moving forward. You can overcome break by using the attack command. Got it. Interesting combat system. Oh, look, here comes another program. You seem nervous. Perhaps you're anxious about fighting in another battle? No, not really. Do not be alarmed. The enemy isn't strong enough to harm you. It is programmed to only use attack. While attack is a potent action, using guard will allow you to defend and then counterattack. Guard can be used to reduce the damage caused by an enemy attack, but I trust you know this. Guard will not only block an opponent's attack command, but... Bro. But well, as long as you know it's any okay. Now you know the spell will unfold, use the appropriate command to defeat the enemy program. Should be easy enough. I hope. And then I assume break is good against guard. Kind of like the weapon triangle from Fire Emblem. Sword beats axe, axe beats lance, lance beats sword. Yes, that's exactly right. As you may have already noticed, performing 3 successful attacks, 3 successful actions in a row result in a chain. By performing multiple chain attacks, you can perform a devastating follow-up attack on your opponent. You okay? While doing multiple chain attacks in the heat of battle may be difficult, the results make it worth the effort. Now, please proceed. I assume when we get past this tutorial section, they're not going to be telling us what the enemy's going to do every time, right? Because, okay, so, yeah. Because if it just tells us what it's gonna, look, it says it's gonna guard, like if in an actual battle it tells us what it's gonna do every time, one will never lose. Like, I would just counter each, like... You have been through 3 battles and have used the attack, guard, and break commands. Someone as intuitive and observant as you must have already noticed this. Each of the 3 attacks balances each other out, creating a situation where no attack is dominant. Yeah. Absolute basics of battle and the minimum info you'll need to know. Once you master the basics, all that's left is to test yourself in battle and gain valuable experience. Now, please proceed. I'll proceed to your mom. Never mind. I don't know why, but walking around with that thing following us really makes me want to go back and actually finish Nier Automata. It just reminds me of 2B walking around with 9S following her. I don't know why. All of the enemy programs you face so far only use one move, which won't happen in a real fight. Like you, your enemies will choose their actions based on the situation and general observation. Their actions will be very difficult for you to predict at first. Okay, so it won't tell us. Your opponent's moves will be mostly hidden from you. I guess your opponent's moves. Okay. I never played the original Nier or Replicant. I only have Automata. Okay, so it's gonna do break, guard. So I assume it'll be the same. I was gonna get Replicant, but I don't know. It's just, I never finished Automata, so before I do that, I have to finish Automata at some point, and then I'll see. I just end up getting like the issue with those kind of games, right? Is I get so caught up with like doing other things in the game that I end up not feeling like, I don't know how to put it. Like I've never beaten Skyrim because I want to do everything, but because there's so much side stuff to do, I should never end up finishing the game ever. I've had Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild since like a month after it came out, and I'm maybe like 1/15 of the way through the game. Oh, okay, maybe that's like 1/10 of the way through the game. I made it at the end of a very long road after going through a door that suddenly appeared in the wall. The oppressive air of this place where the spirits of the dead still linger. Here's my goal. That's what I thought. NPC-kun! Further in, it appears as if someone had collapsed. When I look into his face, it's the student who was following Leo just now. Why didn't he get a tutorial, huh? What kind of bullshit is this? I call out to him, but get no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he is stone cold. I go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment the fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to his feet with a clatter. After having to fight several enemy programs to get here, it's obvious that this thing is an enemy as well. Without warning, it suddenly twists around and it comes right at me. Oh, we get no warning, huh? Tough to feel it out. Okay, so it does break and guard. Ow. Okay, that hurt. Ow. Okay. Attack. Break. Attack. I don't remember. Wait, I don't remember. I think it... I don't know. All attack, all in. I'm dead. Well, that could have gone better. I wasn't really paying attention. Here's some difference in voice, task count, within everyone else, so we can say this round play nice to be over. I pray you'll find peace in your annihilation. That is the voice's final words to me. I don't have the power to protest. All I can do is stare at the floor. I think I'm going to die here. Suddenly, at the edge of my now hazy vision, a number of brown-colored lumps seem to rise from the ground. Ah, great. The poop the gardener buried is coming up out of the ground. God damn it. Actually, it might be that I just noticed them now. They may have been there from the beginning for all I know. Those lumps are the bodies of an untold number of fallen Tsukimihara Academy students. The guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All of the others made it here and died, unable to do anything. See ya, Tippo. And in a very short while, I suppose I'll become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it'd be better for it to end now. I refuse to give up. I refuse to give up. I summon all of my strength in an attempt to get back on my feet. However, as I try to move, an unbearably intense pain shoots through my entire body. If that's how it's going to be, no, if this is... I still refuse to give up. I don't want it to end like this. I cannot ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I've reached a point where I no longer see stars as my eyes feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 of my senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm afraid of losing my senses. I'm afraid of becoming a corpse. And the most terrifying thing? Disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here. My consciousness, shot through with waves of distortion, screams out against the injustice of it all. Yeah, that's why I let out a little huff at when it started up, because I was like, I recognize this. What was the purpose of suffering through those headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for just to fade away here and now? So at the very start, the game said there'd be dead ends. I assume if I gave up, that would just be one of them, and I would just restart. I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all of that. Because I have yet to fight of my own volition and on my own terms. Fate? The game is self-aware. She knows. She knows.
見事だ。よくぞ言った。名も知らぬ路傍の者よ。
Now, I am aware of this servant's name. I believe this is Nero? Claudius Nero? Emperor Claudius Nero?
その願い。
Right?
世界が聞き逃そう
I
とも。
believe.
世が確かに感じ
Nero
た。
is supposed to be Red Saber, right? And yep, and she's the one that Padaru is based off of, yeah. Well, thank you for admiring it.
拳を握れ。顔を上げよ。命運は尽きぬ。なぜなら、そなたの運命は今始まるのだから。
Why is the game just playing the spot right now? The sound of breaking glass is accompanied by light cutting by a light cutting through the gloom. I managed to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the floor in the middle of the room. That form. Its appearance isn't much different from that of a human being, but something was different. Clearly so. You know, I feel like they got a little lazy making her design like the same as Arturia, just red instead of blue for the clothes. The power emanating from it transcended that of any human, or of any enemy I faced in Guinea here. An awesome power that seems as if it vaporized anyone it touched swirls within my body almost against my will. Oh. Yeah, I was kinda thinking that was the case, but I didn't want to say. Are they... No. Yes. She's a lot less, a lot less reserved than Arturia. I'll say that. Yeah. She takes a hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. From the hand she grabbed comes a sudden warmth, and then a sharp pain like I've been cut by a knife. On the back of my hand, as though tattooed, it's a strange symbol. It's a strange symbol that looks like some kind of crest. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand and the person standing before me. And then a noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around, I see that the effigy from before is still there, now in a fighting stance. I wince uncontrollably, recalling my previous defeat at its hands. What an excitable master I have! Why are you so flustered? Well, I am by your side. Have no fear that you may lose your way. Remember that victory is all that matters. I wish you could make that a bit higher, but I can't do that voice without it being around that pitch. If I tried to go higher, I would just break it. Yeah, see, like, I can't tune that voice. It's either about that same level, or it just shoots up way too high. My blade is the ultimate instrument. I don't like that voice though, man. My blade... My blade is the... Whatever. My blade is the ultimate instrument. Even the muses themselves would babble for the sound it makes. Master, strike with my sword. Show me the extent of your abilities in this first battle. Yeah, it's hard to do. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, it was attack, break, guard. Okay. Oh. Okay. I didn't... Wow. Alright. Guard, attack, break, attack, attack, attack. So was there any way of actually beating that thing the first time when you had an effigy? Or were you supposed to lose? Okay, Master MP up to 46, Servant HP. Alright. No, I'm talking about when we get here as the actual character when we fight it with our effigy. The battered effigy stops moving. There's no way it'll still function after being effectively torn apart. That wasn't entertaining at all. Considering how long I've waited for such a moment, I'm truly unsatisfied. She continues to talk. However, the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has become unbearable and burns through my consciousness. So even if you, like, go into this, having remembered what its attack pattern is, you can't win with your effigy? Huh. The mark imprinted on your hand is your command seal. It is proof that you hold dominion over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed. Think of them as disposable strengthening spells. It is also the proof of your participation in the Holy Grail War. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. I don't like that voice that I'm using, man. Once again, I hear that voice. I somehow managed to ignore the pain and listen to what it has to say. I can understand your confusion. But before I forget... I want to make it more like, bratty, I think. Congratulations! You have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You achieved your first goal. No, that's still... that's too much. Too whiny. It was an incredibly clumsy effort to say the least, but that's what made it all the more entertaining. I have had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as helpless as you. Nevertheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking came as a result of nerves and rashness. thinking about it, the voice. Oh, that wasn't Nero talking. Whoopsie. Really irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest dressed in a somber cassock. Oh, you're curious about my identity. I'm honored, but I am insignificant. I am merely a part of the system. That would be a little awkward once we get to the... I am just a guide, tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality, of a prior participant. I am no more than words, no more than the mountain you just conquered, no more than a record of the past. So what, after Shiro and them destroy the Holy Grail, people are trying to replicate it inside of a computer? A record. So if I raise any objections to this voice, does it mean I won't receive any answers in return? Exactly. Well, this is unexpected. You've received a commendation. Something about you having a light. Do we need a light? Are we smoking? I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. But that short phrase struck my heart because, for some unknown reason, I knew the words were sincere. And as for, I expect good things from you, it seemed like more of a command than an encouragement. Yeah. Now. Oh, I already lost what I was doing a minute ago. Now, let us commence your... Wait, no, this isn't Nier talking. This is still Kirei. Now, let us commence your baptism. You have proven yourself worthy of the honor. For most, the monotony of everyday life continues on without end. Your decision to look beyond the accepted and progress means you have earned the right to exist. However, you have but taken the first step. Be jubilant, young knight, for the Holy Grail War begins now. I have no idea what he's talking about. Holy Grail War? The right to exist? That is correct. An object of great power once existed in the world, one that could grant any desire. People called it the Holy Grail, and fought endlessly in an attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, the system you find yourself in now, is an evolution of those struggles. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many magi will perish in pursuit of the Holy Grail. Listen, magi, had I not bestowed upon the earth desire, you'd be merely saints capable of committing sin. Now, fight to the death. The fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. The voice reverberates throughout this hidden chapel, as if it were the voice of a god. Kill? Magi? Holy Grail that grants wishes? These questions and more swirl inside my head, and almost seem to carve themselves into my flesh. In war, a weapon is needed. That is your servant. They're the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A legendary soul whose purpose is to clear your way to the Grail. That is the one who stands beside you. Did I just see her pantsuit? Okay. I glanced over at the young woman in red standing next to me, who was looking up into the sky. She's my servant. It seems you have decided, and with that decision as payment, I now open the gates to the Holy Grail War. The marks on my hand, my command seal, once again begin to become excruciatingly painful. It's over. I can't take it anymore. Yeah. I reach the limits of my endurance and my mind starts to shut down. As I lose consciousness, I can vaguely hear the voice's final words. Yeah, I was just surprised it went so far as to me saying what I assume were, yeah. Now, let the Holy Grail War begin. No matter the era, deciding who is worthy through battle is the divine providence of man. Magi who have been invited here by the moon, show me your true strength. Hmm.
ぬかるみの日常は燃え尽きた。
Awakening
魔術
binary
師によ
heaven,
る
huh?
生存競争。運命の車輪は回る。 最も弱き者よ。剣を鍛えよ。その命が育んだ己の価値を示すために。
I'll try. First week. The first selection. Combatants remaining 128. The sky burns. Houses collapse into ruins. Yeah. People fall to the ground. Roads come to an end. The conflict started here. With this, the world that was will be restored. It is here that I alone have survived. Don't remember, never forget. Oblivion is salvation and sin. Never forget. I was born from perdition. This must be a nightmare. This had to be somewhere. Could be anywhere. These events had occurred in the true memories of childhood. A torrent of blood flows, and a voice resonating with bitter resentment can be heard. Lives fade away without a thought. Friends, family, strangers, all gone. Soldiers with guns. Families trying to hold together. A grotesque struggle to the last, until a gentle peace descends as death comes to claim them. I cannot accept all I have seen. The question of why never left me. Even with the divide between conflict and catastrophe, why did such a tragedy occur? No, more importantly, why has this world been turned into a hell on earth? So, what? Is our character just stealing Shiro's backstory? A gentle rain begins to fall. All things once living fade away, leaving only one behind. Amidst the helplessness and despair, their souls' last feelings are of rage and regret. The rain wets their cheeks, their eyes close one last time, dying, forgotten, and alone. Seeing this, I struggle to rise from the depths of death. I will not accept what I've been shown. If I can live again, I will definitely. But there are no second chances, and before long, the rain has cleansed to the scorched earth. Never forget, I was born from perdition. What that means, somehow, please don't forget it. It seems I saw some sort of twisted, distorted dream. Huh. With that, I wake up in the nurse's office. I must have collapsed and was brought here. Yeah. By a lady in red whose pants you can see, you know, but yeah, that's fine. So was that world, the effigy that blocked my way and that servant, all a dream as well? No. This nurse's office is far different than the one I knew. It's similar, but off somehow. So you're finally awake? I guess there are no limits to feebleness after all. Nope, not a dream. Well, you were unconscious. I had naught but to do but stare at you while you slept. I have a concern about that. This overwhelming, unforgettable presence of someone suddenly appears beside my bed. What I think to be a valiant young man garbed in crimson is, in fact, a young woman. She very clearly has breasts. How? Okay. But as this being is not human, any normal conclusion based on gender or looks would be moot. Also, you can see her crack. That's lovely. But it's all for the best, as you have come to in time for the start of the Holy Grail War. Incidentally, you are fully aware of what the Holy Grail War entails, correct? Of course. Is that so? No, that went too far. Is that so? Then there's nothing for me to worry about. Now then, do you know what a servant is? Well, yes, of course. Wonderful. It is enough to know that those of the Saber class make the best servants. So then, allow me to test your knowledge. I'm sure you know which class I belong to, yes? Rider! No. I wonder if she becomes indignant if we'd say anything other than Saber. But I'll stay on her good side. Saber. Correct. As the Saber class is the best of the servant classes, it's obvious that I'm a Saber. Yes, you have answered well. I can sense the promise and potential in you. Now then, from this time forward, you may refer to me as Saber. No honorifics are necessary. As you are my master, I will allow you to address me as an equal. Saber. Her personality is going to be difficult to deal with, but she's definitely a worthy ally. Wait, if all servants are legendary souls, I wonder who Saber was in real life. My true name? I have nothing embarrassing to conceal, and I'd be happy to tell you. Humph, but it'd be a disaster if an enemy were to learn my true identity from you. But if my name were to be known, it wouldn't affect my resolve and my approach to battle. I will share my name once I've learned a little more about you. But I understand you're uneasy at knowing nothing at all. Although I can't tell you my name, question not the truth of my words. And as for the Holy Grail, all I know is that it grants wishes and creates servants using famous figures from history. With you as Magus and I as the mightiest of legendary souls by your side, the Holy Grail will be ours. For now, let that truth put your mind at ease. Allow my sword to clear away all of your doubts. Sure. With that, my servant disappears into the ether. However, I can feel their presence nearby. They must be staying out of sight when they're not needed, so their identity can't be compromised. But how the identity would be guessed just by their appearance is beyond me. Hey, you know, the visible pantsuit could give her away, man. Who knows? Ah, Natsumi. You're finally awake? I'm so relieved. You don't seem to have any injuries, so feel free to leave when you feel like it. Also, all of your memories have been restored by the Seraph, so don't worry. I don't remember, because it's been a long time since I first played the Grand Order prologue. Seraph is the thing that appears in Grand Order as well, right? The thing that allows them to go back and fix, singularities or whatever? Or is that something else? Any magi that seek the Holy Grail have their memories suppressed and are given those of a student. Only masters who manage to recover themselves are allowed to enter the main tournament. Now that you've regained your memories, please review them to make sure they're complete. Regained my memories? That's not right. Outside of my name, I can't recall anything of my past. I realized that everyone around me was forced to believe they were normal students. However, I cannot remember a single thing that happened to me before then. Your memory restoration failed? I cannot help you. I, Matu Sakura, am just a custodial AI. My complaints are totally ignored. It seems that she can't act beyond her programming. Oh, I should give this to you before I forget. Portable terminal, okay. She gives me some kind of portable terminal. I assume it's for getting messages and whatnot. As a participant, you should pay attention to any messages that appear on your terminal. Well, I just ignored that first one. Wait, what happened? You can check on your servant's condition by selecting the status menu option, okay. You can review the information you've gathered on your opponent by choosing the matrix menu option, okay. Change equipment, see what, okay, okay. Natsumi Hitani. Oh, I really like the first name. I wish I'd gone with a different surname though. And yes, I know technically it would be reversed, but because the game is fixing everyone else's names, I assumed I should probably do first name first as well. Yeah, I don't like the last name I went with. I like the first. I actually really like Natsumi as a name, but Hitani, I could have done better there. Okay, girl's uniform, and then I don't have any secondary thing. There's your servant. Strength 16, defense, so magic. Okay. Okay. Do I have anything I can change? No. Okay. Hello, Natsumi. Have you met Father Katamina yet? Good luck in the tournament. It will test your limits. Why is it that the beds in the nurse's office kind of make me think dirty thoughts? You've been watching too much hentai, Natsumi. I know I have. I mean, what?